3 points separate first from 6th and the Premier League as we edge closer to the old festive period. Of course, internationals are behind us, but of course the Premier League is upon us. Let's get into it. Right, folks, back once again with another prediction show. Today we take a look at matchday number 9 now in the old Premier League, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Bap and Rose related, Premier League related, whoa, football related. We got it all here, boys. That's right, the quarter of the season mark. That's right, goodness gracious me. Yeah, it seems to be a round robin. Who's going to be top of the pops this weekend? Of course, Southampton had their stunt up there. Did Villa have their chance up there? Everton, Leicester, Spurs are on, of course, the cusp as well. And, of course, don't rule out the champions, Liverpool. We'll talk more about that in a minute. Of course, I want a big shout out to the Patreon gang supporting the channel behind the scenes. And you guys have been a big plus for me recently. Keep the momentum going, keep the positivity going, and keep the channel moving in the right direction. And it's guys just like you that put a big smile on our face and keep the channel kicking on. So do appreciate that, guys. And if anyone else wants to support the latest bunch of brotherhoods, get stuck in the old description down there. Check out the link, patreon.com/Roverseas. And also make sure to check me out on Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook. Most importantly, well, of course, bang the thumbs up and bang the subscribe, of course. But most importantly, I'm trying to get the numbers on Twitch up there. I think we're around about 150 followers at the moment. We want to kind of get that up towards the 250 mark before the end of the year. It's a big old push. And we got 6 weeks, something like that, before the end of the year. Not the season, the end of the year. So it's a lot to do. So if you could go over there and bang the old follow over there and just check it out. Because we go live every now and again. I think over the next, once towards we get to the month of December, we'll be going a lot live more often. A lot more content coming out there. And exclusive content as well. And that's not going to be streamed across the platform. Anyway, enough jibber jabber. Let's get into it, of course. Internationals behind us, but the Premier League is where it's all at. And I think it's a good year this year, despite the fact that there's just no secrecy to it. It's just everything's all over the shop. You just don't know what's going to happen. And of course, the injury list for Liverpool just keeps on keeping on. Manchester City not even in the discussion at the moment, but for them this coming weekend they could shoot themselves all the way up into 5th spot. But anyway, let's take a little look at, of course, what happened last round before the old international break. So north of 3, you're in the ship-face gang. 4 to 7, you're straight face. 8 plus, you're in the top bins. Now these are my picks coming at you right here, right now. We'll kick it all off with Brighton over Albion. That's right. Is it Brighton over Albion? Where the heck are they? When was these matches? Yeah, it is 0-0. Ball draw against them 6-fingered freakazoids in the end. So yeah, not the finest result for either of the two nations, clubs still in the international mode. But a good point for Brighton in the end. Burnley continue to struggle. Actually in 19th spot at the moment. But anyway, moving on. Next up, actually with the 2-0 win for Brighton. It's a shame on me. Southampton against Newcastle. Called it, lads. Absolutely called it. 2-0 in the end. Che Adams, Stuart Armstrong giving the goals for the Saints as they kept on marching on to the top of the pops. It was back then to lead the Premier League at that moment in time. But moving on to the next matches that took place on Saturday, Everton got smashed by Manchester United 3-1 in the end. Bruno Fernandes with a couple of goals. Edison Cavani gets his first, I believe, for the Red Devils, of course. Bernard opening up the scoring for Everton, and it looked like it was the floodgates were coming on in there because they started off pretty well, but unfortunately for them, the quality rose to the top there. And again, maybe just Manchester United have still got a bit of spunk left in them to keep them moving on. Meanwhile, Crystal Palace smashed Leeds 4-1 in the end. Actually, with a 2-1 win myself. 8-2 shabby pals. Goals in the day. Scott Dan, extra over there. Eberici Eze on the score sheet. Patrick Bamford got himself a consolation goal there with Helder Costa with a big fat OG and Jordan Ayew as well, giving Crystal Palace the goals there and the win. There was some controversy with the offside and all that kind of stuff on that one. Meanwhile, same scoreline over in Chelsea as they put 4 past Sheffield United 4-1. Actually, I went the 3-0 win myself. David McGoldrick actually gave Sheffield United the lead on the 9th minute before Tammy Abraham benched. Well, Thiago Silva with his, I don't know how many goals he's scored already. I think, is that 1 or 2? I don't know. But anyway, Timo Werner wrapped it up there with a Chelsea victory 4-1 win. They're starting to click in the top gear as well. Are they even in the discussion? They are just in the discussion in the 5th spot at the moment. Meanwhile, West Ham took care of business against Fulham. 1-0 win in the end. Thomas Souček, who's looking a right little player for West Ham. The Hammer's doing well as well. Actually, with a 2-0 win for West Ham. 8-2 shabby. Meanwhile, the Baggies, they got tonked. Well, they didn't get tonked. They just got they got nicked by Harry Kane late winner. 88th minute on the clock there. Actually went with a 2-1 win for Spurs. 8-2 shabby. Meanwhile, Wolves lost to Leicester. They look good at the moment. with 1-0 win in the end. Jamie Vardy with a penalty on the 15th minute to give Leicester City the win. Actually, with a 2-0 win myself on that one. I did go with a win for Manchester City against Liverpool, but unfortunately it was a 1-1 draw for me. Unfortunately for me, Mohamed Salah on the score sheet on the 30th minute. Gabriel Jesus, 31st minute. I think there was a missed penalty as well for De Bruyne, which could have given the victory for Manchester City, but unfortunately no. And of course, Villa surprised us all with a 3-0 demolition of Arsenal. Go around my goals. That went the 2-1 win for Arsenal. It was a 3-0 win in the end. 2-4-6 for me. Not brilliant, but not too shabby as well. So let's take a look at, of course, the table as it stands. I believe this is what it looks like. Let me just recap. Yes, it does. Leicester lead the charge at the moment by 1 point over Tottenham, who are in second spot. Level on points with, of course, the champions Liverpool. Southampton are doing well as well, sitting in fourth spot at the moment. Chelsea up to fifth at the moment. Just one defeat for them thus far. Villa also staying in contention as well, with Everton falling down the pecking order now to seventh. Down the table, the Blades are going down alongside the Dingles, and of course the Baggies not too far away. Fulham, big win for them recently, not last time around, but they're on the move. And eventually, right now, they are out the relegation spots. But of course, we'll see how they are at the match day number 9. And a couple of teams in there with games in hand as well. So that's my picks. What about your picks? Of course, we have a live action prediction league, and there's still plenty of time to get stuck into it. Of course, people take days off and all that kind of stuff. So make sure you check it all out for your leisure. And then, you can still jump in the deep end and have a little go. And even might even get just the win for the week. And then that'll give a big old smile for you. And of course, for everybody else watching on. So let's get into it, of course, and take a little look at your picks. We're going to start with, in no particular order, we're going to start with Ahman Sochi, of course. He's a patron with an edit, with a top banana as well. So dubious, of course. Got to keep an eye on those edits. Aston Villa still not too shabby. Oshman Shespich 33, not too bad. Assaulted did bits. Robert Hawes not too shabby. Legolas good as well. I think the majority of us did very, very well. There might have been a couple of guys who had a little bit of nightmares, but it's okay. Bianca Molnar, she did very, very well as well. Well done to you. JB72 did bits as well. I Hate Mania did poop. Okay, he did okay. This guy here did all right. Joachim Jakobsen also did very, very well as well. Bossy Amata did bits. Raphael Jarrett not too shabby. Ole Hambling not too bad as well. Champ Dude did poop. Hans Worth not too bad. Liam 2000 also very, very well. Edric McWashington with a cool name, but he did poo score lines. Ishan not too shabby. Ocha Mamura, well done to you, brother. Well done. Danny K, he's okay. Fernando Jose Sega, not too bad. Period, aka full stop, did bits. Crimson Eagle did poop. Aryan Kulman not too bad. Luka Kujanovich did bits. Manevs, excellent show, not too bad. Dominic Thomas also did very, very well. A-Body 7 did okay with an edit. Andrew Waters not too bad. Alan MC with a little snazzy little predictions there. If there was an award for the best looking predictions, it goes to Alan MC with his old graphic-arunos there. But he did all right with an edit. LG and Cal did poop. Oh, it's okay though. I still love you. Cav Matthews did bits. Cody Hove also did very, very well. Well done to you, brother. Well done. Nathan Eva did very, very well as well. Well done, Nathan Eva. Let's get that one in there. Omar Medina did poop. Olaji Ojo, he did okay. Well done to you as well. Barcelona Easter did bits. Matt Gunner not too shabby. Hey, Judy did all right. Dimitrov not too shabby. Dennis Canali not too bad. Bluebird Legend did bits. Simples 1996 not too shabby. Isaac A, he did not okay. He did shy. To Yao for VMPP. Also did very well. Max Savengi also did did good. Clarkov, Captain Says Direction, not too shabby. Ben the Football Kid, not too bad. Harry did okay. CFCC Jaden 2006, not too bad. Game Chai did alright. Club Skills also did very, very well. Esquivel, the Mexican Sniper, also did very, very well as well. Vincent not too bad. H not bad either. Magic Monday, he did bits. Shane O'Donnell, well done to you, brother. Also did cool. NWS 2C3 did okay. We are Kibiar, not too bad. Natusha A, he's okay. And he also did very, very well. Shepherd, of course, big man there. He did alright. Russell Frost, not too bad either. Well done, brother. Of course, Costas K, he's okay. And Leeds 2020 did bits as well. Alex Weller also did, he did alright. Mitchell Shoney also did very, very well as well. Mr. Matt Ross did top banana. Well done. That's a clean round of applause for you there, brother. Ilma he did shocker. Eddie Francis did bits. Mark Chapman also did okay. 10,000 subscriber without a video, not too bad as well. Yannick Buster did bits. David Keeley, not too shabby. And Zadiat Arma with an Emmett also did okay. I think we can take a little bit of a breather there. And of course, this is the leaderboard for this week and this week alone. With a bit of a stutter there. I got myself 6, which would have put me in 9th spot. But Ahmed Sochi and Mr. Matt Russ are your kingpins for this week. So let's give them a round of applause. They are your prediction kingaroonies. CSC Jade not too far away either. Clackhoff Castle Direction also not too bad. Club Skills, Matt Gunner Shepherd and Yao for VMPB also in the top 5. Meanwhile, this is the overall leaderboard. Of course, it's coming at you thick and fast because there's been a couple of us predicting in there. They're all there, but the leaderboard is right here. The leaderboard is the leaderboard. We have a one-way lead at the moment. Ahmed Sochi with a 6-point clear lead over Mitchell Shoney. today. Elijah Ojo, of course, and their free patrons lead the charge. So I do appreciate that as well. LG and Cal, Russell Frost, and Shepherd make up your top 10 in there with some familiar faces as well. But again, still wide open. We're still a quarter away. And again, I am going to be clamping down on the old edits. So make sure you get your picks in. Forget about it because I'm going to be taking a snapshot. My first snapshot will be Saturday morning. So guess what? Whoever's picked in there at that point, that's what's going to happen. So don't go in there changing. Don't go changing because that's not good. Not good for everybody. Anyway, of course, we were hoping to do live this week, but a lot of stuff's going on behind the scenes here. So not it's just personal stuff comes in the way and it can kind of disrupt the flux. So we're going to go record these ones for this week, and hopefully we might be live next week. We'll see. We'll see how it all pans out. But anyway, let's get into it. Scusi, Monte Grazie. Let's get into Newcastle United taking on Chelsea. This will be the 167th time that these two clubs have played each other in the past. 54 wins for Newcastle, 72 wins for Chelsea, and 40 draws. The last 6, though, sees 2 wins for the Toon, 4 wins for the Russians. I don't know. Chelsea have won 4 of the past 6. Heading into this, there's no draws, though. The last time we played each other was at St James's Park. It was a 1-0 win for Newcastle in January 2020. Isaac Hayden on the score sheet in a 1-0 win for the Geordies. Heading into this, though, Chelsea actually scored at least 3 goals in 5 of the last 6 matches in the Premier League. They're also undefeated in the last 6 matches as well. They're coming to this 4 wins on the spin in all competitions, including the Champions League. So looking very, very good. Meanwhile, on the flip side, the Geordies losing 2 of the past 6 for them, losing to Manchester United and also to Southampton in a bunch. All the other ones, just 1 win in the past 4 if you want to look at it a different way. Look at the bookies odds on this one then, shall we? What do we have on the bookies odds? Where is it? Where shall you be? There you are. Newcastle 61 for the victory, 72 is draw, 29 on. Chelsea are your stone cold favourites on this one. I'm also, where are we? Look at the table. Chelsea come to this in 5th, but for them, they could go.
On the boss. Hang on a minute, now we're talking about.
No top of the pots today, but they could go top of the pots with a big fat W. Meanwhile, the Geordies could go from 13th all the way up to bloody well 7th in the table. It's that tight in the middle of the table. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win for Chelsea in the end. Next up, we have Aston Villa taking on Brighton, Hove, Albion, of course. Now, these two clubs have played each other 21 times in the past. 12 wins for Villa, 2 wins for Brighton, and 7 draws. That's right. The last 6, though, sees 3 wins for the Villa, nothing for Brighton, and 3 draws, including a draw last time around, which was in the Amex back in January 2020. Leonardo Trossard on the score sheet, Jack Grealish equalising for Villa. However, last time they played each other at Villa Park was back in October 2019. It was a 2-1 win for Villa as well. Grealish as well on the score sheet. Matt Taggart as well. Adam Webster on the score sheet for Brighton. Aaron Moy got himself sent off. I like Aaron Moy. Where did he end up? He ended up going like out in the Middle East, didn't he? I'm just Googling him right now. I like doing that on the fly. He goes for Shanghai. Bloody well, Nori. He's making bank out in the Far East. Anyway, heading into this, Brighton have actually failed to win the last 6 matches in the Premier League. Villa have actually at least 2 goals in the last 3 home matches as well. They're coming to this, though. Villa just won in the past 3. That was against Arsenal last round. Of course, on the flip side, Brighton just 1 defeat in the past 4, but the other 3 were draws. Look at the bookies odds on this one. 23-20 for Villa, 30-5 is your draw, 11-5 is your away win. Brighton coming to this in 16th, but a win for them. Can't really change anything. They'll remain in 16th. On the flip side, Villa are actually in 6th spot, but a win for them. It also could go top of the pops. Oh, yes, with a big fat W and a top of the pops win for them, depending on goal difference. In fact, they probably would. Potentially, it's tight between them and Chelsea anyway. But I'm going with a Villa win. They look good right now. They've got the bit between the teeth, and they could take on anyone right now. They could take on anyone and beat them, but they could also lose in the end. Meanwhile, of course, it's the battle of the 6 fingers. That's not really the battle of the 6 fingers. It's the 6 finger figures always taking on Crystal Palace. Of course, now these two sides have played each other, according to my knowledge, around about 49 times. The previous, 19 wins for the Dingles, 13 wins for Crystal Palace, and 17 draws. The last 6, though, sees 2 wins for Burnley, 4 wins for Palace, and no draws. Last time page was at Selhurst Park in lockdown in June. It was a 1-0 win for Burnley. Ben Mee on the score sheet. Get in there for them. I don't know why I'm celebrating. But anyway, last time page at Turdmore was a 2-0 win for Crystal Palace back in November 2019. Around about this time last year. Wilfred Zaha, Jeffrey Schlupp on the score sheet as well. It's actually back-to-back wins for Crystal Palace over Burnley at Turdmore. You're going to go all about 2017 for Burnley's last victory over Crystal Palace at their home venue. Meanwhile, Burnley have actually failed to score in the last 4 matches. Palace have actually failed to score in 6 of the last 8 away matches as well. And Burnley have actually lost those last 4 home matches as well. They're coming to this, though. Burnley, 2 draws for the past 4 games. On the flip side, 1 defeat the past 4 for Crystal Palace. That was against Wolves, of course. A couple of games back. Look at the bookies odds on this one then, shall we? What do we have on this? What do we have on this? Burnley against Crystal Palace on Monday night. It was one of them weird games, I guess. 17-10 for Burnley for the victory. 9-4 is your draw. 30-8 is your away win. That is Palace. Win for Burnley. Burnley in 19th. They could go as high as 17th out of the drop zone. And meanwhile, on the flip side, a win for Crystal Palace. Currently find themselves in 8th. They could get into the Champions League spots up to 4th if they're victorious in the end. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. Burnley, of course, got Ben Mee back, looking good right now. Maybe to at least avert another defeat on their agenda. Next up, we have Fulham up against Everton, of course. These two clubs played each other 63 times in the past. 20 wins for Fulham, 30 wins for Everton, and 13 draws. Of course, the last 6, those sees 2 wins for Fulham, 4 wins for Everton, and no draws. Last time played each other was at Craven Cottage in 2019. In April, it was a 2-0 win for Fulham. That's right, Tom Kenny on the score sheet, Ryan Babel as well. Meanwhile, heading into this, Fulham actually lost 8 of the last 10 matches in the Premier League. Everton have actually conceded 2 goals in the last 5 matches as well, and they've also lost their last 3 matches. Everton, they come into this without a win in 4. Last time they're victorious was back in the start of October with a 4-2 win over Brighton. Meanwhile, on the flip side, Fulham come into this 2 defeats in the past 4 for them, losing to Palace and also losing to West Ham. They're losing the London games and picking up results elsewhere. Look at the bookies odds on this one then, shall we? What do we have on the bookies odds? Take place on Sunday the 22nd of November. Fulham are 3-1 for the victory, 6-5 on. Everton I favourites, 14-5 is your draw. Everton coming to this in 7th, but a win for them. They could shoot back into 4th. Fulham coming to this in 17th, and a win for them. They could actually leapfrog Brighton in the process, going up to 16th of the table. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win for Everton. Get back to winning ways. Rodriguez is back, the linchpin to the team. Of course, they did lose with him last time around. Against Manchester United anyway. Next up, two ex-Premier League winners, locking horns, of course, over at Anfield. Now, these two clubs have played each other, according to my knowledge, 114 times. 50 wins for Liverpool, 39 wins for Leicester, and 25 draws. The last 6, though, sees 5 wins for Liverpool, nothing for Leicester, and 1 draw. Last time I played was at the King Power back in December, Boxing Day last year. It was a 4-0 win for Liverpool at the King Power. Firmino with a couple of goals, Trent Alexander-Arnold with a goal, and James Milner from the penalty spot. Meanwhile, last time I played at Anfield was back in October 2019. 2-1 win for Liverpool. Of course, injury list as long as the Santa's list. Sadio Mane, James Milner with a couple of goals there. James Maddison, on the score sheet for Leicester heading into this last time around. Liverpool actually won 29 of the last 30 matches at home. Leicester actually won the last 4 away matches in the Premier League. Leicester actually form is incredible. 6 wins out of 6 in all competitions, including the Europa League. On the flip side, Liverpool 5 wins out of the past 6, drawing the last match, which was against Manchester City, of course. Look at the bookies odds on this one then, shall we? Liverpool are 11-10 favourites for this one. For 11-4 is your draw. 40-5 is your away win. That is, of course, Leicester City. Leicester City coming to this top, and win for them, they will remain top. Liverpool coming to this in 3rd, but win for them, they could also go top of the pops on this bad boy. I'm also going to go with a 2-2 draw. Of course, the injury list is long. Leicester are playing very, very good. And I think it's probably advantage Leicester with this one. Maybe, just maybe, we could see another new name or a different name on the top of the table. Again, we'll have to wait and see. Next up, of course, we have Manchester United against the Baggies. Of course, a must-win game, though, I think, for Ollie. These two clubs played each other 132 times in the past. 56 wins for United, 44 wins for West Brom, and 32 draws. The last 6, though, sees 3 wins for United, 2 wins for the Baggies, and 1 draw. Last time played each other was at Old Trafford in 2018. In April, it was a 1-0 win for West Brom. Six-fingered Dingle player, whatever his name is. Jay Rodriguez on the score sheet on the 73rd minute. So, yeah, Baggies coming to this actually just once. Moving forward, West Brom have actually failed to win the last 8 matches in the Premier League, whereas Man United have actually failed to win the last 6 home matches in the Premier League. Big stat that they've not won at home. They're coming into this, West Brom without a win in 6. Actually winless so far in the Premier League, sitting 18th in the table, though. Not bottom. On the flip side, United come into this, just 1 win the past 3. That was against Everton last round, of course, with successive defeats against Arsenal and Istanbul Başakşehir before that. Look at the bookies odds on this one then. United will be the favourites. It does take place on Saturday. The 3 o'clock kickoff, 10-3 on for United. 92 is your draw. 9-1 is your away win. That is the Baggies. The Baggies coming to this, of course, 18th, but a win for them. They could actually leapfrog Brighton into 16th. United coming to this in 13th spot, but a win for them. They could shoot themselves up to 7th in the table. Get in there, he says. I'm going to go with United on this one to step up the plate and deliver the result, and that should get themselves a little bit closer to the line. Next up, Wolverhampton Wanderers take on the Saints. Do they keep marching on? They bloody well hope so. Anyway, these two clubs have played each other, according to my brain, 67 times. 23 wins for the Wolves, 27 wins for the Saints, and 17 draws. The last 6, though, sees 3 wins for Wolves, 2 wins for the Saints, and 1 draw. The last time I played each other was at St Mary's. It was 3-2 win for Wolves. back in January 2020. Jan Bedananek, Shane Long on the score sheet for the Saints, gave a 2-0 lead, 2-goal lead before Pedro Neto and Raul Jimenez with a couple of goals there to give Wolves all 3 points in a 3-2 win. Last time, at Molineux was a 1-1 draw back in October 2019. Raul Jimenez again on the score sheet for Wolves. Danny Ings on the score sheet for the Saints. Heading into this, Southampton have actually won 5 of the last 6 matches in the Premier League, and they've also scored at least 2 goals in the last 5 matches as well. They come into this unbeaten in 6, looking very, very good at the moment, sitting 4th in the table in the Champions League spot. Meanwhile, Wolves come into this in 9th, 3 points adrift of the Saints. Southampton losing the last game, but before that, unbeaten in 4. So 2 teams in pretty good form. Realistically, look at the bookies odds on this one taking place on Monday as well, the 23rd of November, 5-4 for the Wolves. They are the favourites, 23-10 is your draw, 11-5 is your away win. That is the Saints. Do they keep marching on? Of course, Wolves, a win for them, they could shoot up to 4th in the table, leapfrogging Southampton in the process, but a win for the Saints, they could go top of the pops as well, depending on what goes on elsewhere this week. I like the Southampton, but I think Wolves will get something out of this game with a 1-1 draw. And again, I think they're just happy to keep on keeping on, keeping in the discussion as well. Next up, we have another fruity one. It's Mourinho against Guardiola. That is, of course, Spurs against Manchester City. Now, these two clubs play each other 162 times in the past. 62 wins for Spurs, 64 wins for City, and 36 draws. It's tight. It is very, very tight. The last 6, though, sees 2 wins for Spurs, 3 wins for City, and 1 draw. Last time played was at Tottenham's Fancy Pants Stadium back in February 2020. It was on the 2nd of the 2nd, 2020. It was a 2-0 win as well. Bloody well. All the 2s and all the 0s. And that one, of course, this is the same year, but a little bit later on in the year, and the same venue as well. Tottenham actually won the last 3 matches in the Premier League. City are actually undefeated in 11 of the last 12 matches in the Premier League as well. Spurs, they just lost. It's in fact, Manchester City have actually just lost once the past 4 between Spurs and themselves. They're coming to this, though. Manchester City picking up 4 wins in the past 6 games. The other 2 were draws. On the flip side, what did I just say there? Manchester City coming to this 2 draws at the past. What I'm trying to say is Manchester City coming to this 4 wins of the past 6 games. The other 2 were draws. On the flip side, Spurs coming to this 5 wins of the past 6. The only hiccup was in the Europa League against Royal Antwerp when they lost 1-0. A surprise defeat there. Anyway, heading into this 3-1 for Spurs, 5-4 on for City. They are the favourites. 3-1 is your draw. City coming to this in 10th, but a win for them. They could actually go up to 5th. Spurs coming to this 2nd, and mathematically they could go top of the pops with a big fat W on this one. I like Spurs, and I think Manchester City are still in the discussion for the title race, despite their tables, their false read in the old Premier League table. I think both of these 2 clubs will compete later on for those top 4 spots as well. And I can't really separate them right here, right now. I'm going with a draw. Next up, we have Sheffield United taking on West Ham United, of course. Now, these 2 clubs played each other 89 times in the past. 36 wins for the Blades, 30 wins for the Hammers, and 23 draws. That is right. Of course, the last 6, though, between these 2 clubs, 4 wins for Sheffield United, 1 win for West Ham, and 1 draw. Of course, the last time we played each other was at Bramall Lane in January 2020. It was 1-0 win for Sheffield United. Oliver McBurney on the score sheet with the one and only goal. That's right, of course. Heading into this, though, Sheffield United have actually lost 10 of the last 11 matches in the Premier League, but they come into this without a win in at least 6, without a win in 8, actually. 7 defeats and 1 draw. It looks doomed. It's a second season syndrome for Sheffield United. Meanwhile, West Ham coming to this just 1 defeat the past 5 for them, losing to Liverpool a couple of games back, but they're looking very, very good, sitting in 12th for the moment. Just nicely poised, I would say. Look at the bookies odds on this one then, shall we? Sheffield United are 50-8 for the victory, 6-4 is West Ham, 9-4 is your draw. Sheffield United coming to the bottom of the pops, but a win for them. They could actually leapfrog Fulham in the process. Meanwhile, the Hammers coming to the 12th, but a win for them. They could see themselves shoot up to 7th in the table. Goodness gracious me. Sheffield United are a little bit clueless at the moment. I think the West Ham will nick it with a 1-0 win at the death. And then wrapping it up. We've got a little bit of side bit on this bad boy. You know who you are with this one. Leeds up against Arsenal, of course. These 2 sides play each other 120 times in the past. 41 wins for Leeds, 47 wins for Arsenal, and 32 draws. The last 6, though, sees nothing for Leeds, 5 for Arsenal, and 1 draw. Last time played was in the FA Cup. It was a 1-0 win for Arsenal. Reece Nelson in January 2020. Last time played at Ellen Road was in the FA Cup back in 2011. It was a 3-1 win for Arsenal as well. Sami Nasri, Robin van Persie, Bakary Sagna, with Bradley Johnson, of course, rover these days. Let's have a little gander. Last time played in the Premier League at Ellen Road was all the way back in 2003. It was also a 4-1 win for Arsenal. Thierry Henry with a couple of goals. Robert Perez and Gilberto Silva on the score sheet. Alan Smith get a consolation goal for Leeds. Anyway, heading into this, Leeds looking very, very wobbly at the moment. Of course, they were doing very, very well at the start of the season. It all kind of went south after their defeat against Wolves, despite a victory against Villa. It's been back-to-back defeats for them. Just 1 win in the past 5. On the flip side, Arsenal just 1 defeat in the past 4, and that was against Villa last time around. Look at the bookies odds on this one. Leeds are 9-4 for the victory. 23-20 is Arsenal. 5-2 is your away win. They've had time to prep for this one, Leeds. Leeds, but they come into this in 15th, but the win for them, they actually shoot them up to 7th. Of course, Arsenal come into this in 11th, and the win for them, they could also shoot up to 5th in the table. It's so tight on this one. Again, got a side bet on this one. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win for Leeds. Yes, I have. I don't know if I've copped out on the bet on there, but anyway, regardless, that's what I think will happen in matchday number 9 out in the Premier League, so be sure to check it all out with your own picks down below. And if I'm right, this is what the table will look like. Leicester lead the charge with 19 points, Chelsea 2nd, Villa 3rd, Spurs 4th, and Liverpool will be 5th, all on 18 bloody points. Southampton will be in 6th, Everton will be in 7th, and West Ham in 8th, of course, and still is so jam-packed. Down the foot of the table, United, Sheffield United, that is, West Brom and Burnley going down as it stands, but it's still also very, very tight down there. So there's a 5-horse race for the relegation spot at the moment, and then I think Arsenal are a little bit out of the woods, a little bit. I think this team here, these teams here need to kick up the ghost a little bit, because it's so tight up this top of the table. It's interesting, it's lively, and that's what we want, especially when the festive periods come around. Again, be sure to get your picks in nice and early for the live action prediction league, boys and girls. It's here on the channel, and again, you can still take part in it, of course. And also be sure to give the video some love and smash the thumbs up, smash subscribe, of course. New videos every single day on the channel, usually anyway. And again, we hope to get some live content back to you very, very soon, but at the moment it's not going to happen for lots of stuff going on behind the scenes, so we need to plow on regardless. And again, I hope you enjoy yourself out there. Be sure to give the video some love and smash the thumbs up, smash subscribe, and again, keep your picks in nice and early. And again, if you want to support the channel in another way, check out the links down below: Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, and of course Patreon. If you want to support the channel in another way, make sure you check that bad boy out. It's a great way to support the brand, to keep us keeping on. And also make sure you check out the Twitch as well. We're trying to get the followers up to 250, so I do appreciate that. We do have live shows on there, whether it's FIFA, hopefully soon we'll get some Football Manager on there, and even the Premier League picks usually whenever we go live are on there as well. So make sure you check that all out, please. Trying to get the numbers up there. But until then, though, be sure to give the video some love and smash the thumbs up, smash subscribe, and I'll see you all next time around.